Gentlemen, I believe in the Forcebuy dream. I believe in the fair. It's like the ultimate it's like the ultimate underdog story, isn't it? You've come through the qualifiers, you've slogged your way through 100 odd something teams, you've come through the groups, you've come through the brackets, and now you're here at the semi-finals. This is like the ultimate chance to come in at the LAN and really put something on the board here. It will be Forcebuy starting things off on CT side, but Zello will start things off in the picks for Nexus, already taking down Larson in the aggression.
Looks like Nexus already shutting down your dreams there, Jay. Already.
That's what Virtus Pro almost did at the major, but look who won.
Well, how about Nip, the online minor qualifier? Yeah, I mean, damn, dude. It's a rough go. It's rough. I mean, your heroes can turn to your enemies real quick. So, moral of the story, don't maybe reconsider betting. As Netric gonna try to hold from back to Plat, excuse me, as he is gonna fall to Jax as the push is now coming out from Nexus. Tobacco's trying to tap away, as it's not really working out for him yet. KS, his teammate, gets the first. Bomb's gonna go down. Excello needs to support his teammate as KS is gonna push into the site, goes down. As Yoking last one remaining, and Excello, 4K for him. He gets the Glock kill, upgrades to the USP, and just mops up Forcebuy, who the devs talked about. They like to see Forcebuy not buy in the situation, and get a super strong first rifle round, which would include a NOP and everything. But I mean, also as the devs said, they're called Forcebuy, so of course they're gonna buy.
Yeah, standard pistol force in this case. You know, when you lose that first round, you often see these upgraded pistols, and Forcebuy can put them into good effect. I think this is probably the one time in this match where Forcebuy are justified in their particular spending strategies. I would like to see a little bit more money on their side as per usual, but we'll see. Like you said, if Larson gets himself that AWP, then that means that this could end up being a lot of investment coming in from Forcebuy when it probably isn't justified. But either way, this round is what comes to be here. Larson not getting himself the armor. He wants to go for that AWP very quickly into the buy-ups here. Just the P254 in 5.7s. Kevlar, Deagle on KS as well. He's watching out for that first one. If he finds BTN, then that'll be a great start for Forcebuy. I think the question after that would be, how do they go from there? Molotov's out, trying to push away players. CT's in the drop-down position, but they're not going to find anything. They all know that Netric is there. They all know that KS has got the Deagle as well. SXE will go challenging one out towards Plat area. Jackson and SXE getting themselves 2 picks. Yarkin comes back, taking them back to a 3-on-4 situation, but there's Kobe with the backstab. KS comes in with a Deagle anyway, but the AK is placed very well to take him out of the action. Still Larson tapping away. Does get 1 head at least. Might be able to make it a second here, but BTN is watching out the angle. He knows exactly where he is. He knows exactly where to aim, and he will just take the Nexus a second.
Netric in that position in E-Box of this 5-7, if he gets 1 kill there, that round kind of turns around, because then drop room pressure is alleviated. He picks up an SMG as a chance to deal with the second player that comes drop. And then they're never put in that awkward situation getting funneled into one area without having drop room control. Forcebuy will just have upgraded pistols, a couple P250s, some USPs, and it is an A-stack. Nexus are running into this. They might run into the blender. God. And it is happening. KS has 2. And look at this happen. It's starting to unfold as BTN brings it back with a quick 2 of his own. But damage is dealt from Forcebuy. BTN and Excello are limping away. 7 and 20 HP. Larson and KS immediately going to rotate over towards B. But what a shredding.
I can't believe it. This looks like this might be Forcebuy's round. If KS takes this shot, he's going to find it on Zello. It's all on BTN. 1v2. Grenade might take down KS. It's just not landing on point. 3k for KS. If he makes this a quad, I will lose it right here. All on BTN for Nexus side. And it's going to be a 4k. A meat grinder. It is, as you said, Forcebuy. Beautifully done. Nexus played right into their hands is the worst part about it. They didn't need to go to middle, but they went there anyway, and they just got destroyed. Forcebuy, this is why their pistols work. This is how they win these matches. 2-1 in favor of the T side. Regardless, it will still be Nexus in the lead, but Forcebuy get themselves out a buy early. AWP already out. 2 M4s, an AK, a UMP. And it's just the AKs to follow up with on the Nexus side. Larson already getting that first pick, takes it back to a 5-on-4 to the favor of Forcebuy.
And that's why, kids, when you know after you win pistol, you get through the Forcebuy from upgraded pistols, and you're on round number 3, and you know the CT side, or T side, vice versa, won't have a lot, or more specifically as a T, you know the CTs won't have a lot in round 3. That is why you work a default. You don't rush anything. It's about information on round 3. It's about figuring out, is the CT side going for a stack? Are they going for a push? We should hold it beginning of the round, get some info elsewhere, and then we assess the situation and go from there. Nexus, none of that applied in that round. Is they just push and rush, and that allows Forcebuy to get a strong buy in this round, op out on Larson, and he's already going to make him pay for it as he's got the first.
45 seconds to go. Nexus tagged up. BTN down at 47 HP, and it looks like they're going to go for a B hit here. 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs. Try to cover off some of the crosses. They might be able to get themselves on site, get a bomb plant at least, but the retail up that is where the most of this is relying. Indeed, they're not even going to shut it down before it even gets to that point. Larson, Tobacco, they team up. They get themselves 3 picks, drop the bomb. AWP in place, watching it. Zello last man, just not going to happen. A clean sweep from Forcebuy. 5 players stay alive, and they will run away. A 2-2 scoreline so far. Nexus forced down to pistols. Forcebuy could be available for them here, but I doubt they'll get that kind of thing out. Probably just upgrades on the Deagles, P250s, the 3 Glocks as well on Cosmine, S60 and Jaxi. This is pretty standard stuff. This should be an eco round. This should be Forcebuy closing out a third for them here, taking themselves the advantage against Nexus.
Oh, that's a rare shot from Larson. He's going to repeat. They'll make up for it. Cosmine goes down. Tobacco's just going to push down plat. BTN may wide swing and catch him, but he gets spotted from his teammate supporting him. Tobacco's just going to bust up. BTN will wide swing. Nexus with no armor. Some P250s. Forcebuy have gotten it done on less. As Jax is going to fall to Yelking, though. But it looks like Forcebuy should be able to pick this up and get 1 round advantage over Nexus, who should... The shoe should be on the opposite foot in this situation. Realistically, if Nexus don't run into the meat grinder, they're up 3-1. Assuming Forcebuy win the first rifle round, but it's so up in the air. If Nexus win that round cleanly, the SMG's farm, they get a stronger buy. This game could have been completely in Nexus's favor, but the meat grinder never disappoints.
Indeed, it doesn't, and Forcebuy will net themselves a third here. 1 round advantage for them. Nexus can see if they can even up the scoreline here. In this next buy here, 5 AKs, 5 sets of smokes. Execution could be on the cards. I'd like to see an A site hit or a B site hit with the full smokes to cover up crosses, because something Nexus don't often do here. And if they can pull that out of the bag and see if they can force Forcebuy into situations where they can't hold down the angles that they're comfortable with, then this could end up being a very nice Nexus round. They will start things off on the right foot. Larson's down to 1 HP with the aggressive peek, but he's still holding face with the AWP and an aggressive angle out towards the Matrix stairs. So Nexus, B hit looks to be coming on through here. They've exhausted most of their utility, but it's all going to be into an execution that they're going to make work to backwards. Takes him back as the aggression comes in from the T side. Jaxi's going to take that Metric 3 versus 3. AWP from Larson. He's going to line them up. Almost landed a collateral, but he takes down Zello anyway. Jaxi's on 16 with the backstab incoming. KS knows where he is. He also knows the BTN playing with the smoke to spray away on through. Tries to take down one. We'll take down, but Jaxi comes in with 2 nice kills. A triple kill for him in the round so far. All on 1 man for the Forcebuy side in drop down. Yalkin. What can he find here? Bomb gets picked up by Jaxi. I think he's going to go for the bomb plant here. Now the position of the CT is going to be revealed now all on Jaxi. He's holding this angle. This could be very good. A quad kill clutch on 16 HP. Is it possible for him? Will he be able to find it? The looking to take... They're playing Ring of Roses in drop down. 25 seconds. Jaxi, though, he has to go for A. He has to go for B, and he has to rush there now because he's dead out of time.
Yeah, he made the silent fall down. So Yelking doesn't hear that. Jax makes a silent fall out a window, and he's going to push into the site, unheard and unnoticed. 10 seconds, he's going to make the run, get the bomb planted. Now it's a retake situation, but there's a molly and a smoke in play. Jax is out of utility, and there is a kid out on Yelking, so this is extremely doable. Jax is just going to fall back to stable, sit towards long, try to bait out Yelking to go to site, and then he'll peek. But it looks like Jax is just going to fall in towards mid, as Yelking is going to make the cross to sight. Jax has worked his way to mid, and the gun model actually blocked his body. And I'm pretty sure Jax spotted him cross here. Yeah, this is a rough situation. This may be it, but the smoke may be the catalyst. It may be the thing that allows him to win this. And he actually hesitated. If he sticks that comes really close. But the hesitation, I think, is what made Forcebuy lose that round.
He just didn't have the nerve for it. And Jaxi, as a result, is going to be gifted a 4K. You saw him peek away in that last round. You saw him just sort of peek away and just trying to like look for that one frag, but it just didn't end up happening. He couldn't see it. The smoke was out, and that smoke ended up costing him, I think, all the angles and just not being able to find out where the lone CT of Jaxi was. 4K for him in the round. Beautifully done from the hold and beautifully done from the take. It will net Nexus as a 3K here, but Forcebuy with another buyback in this round. And Larson with the first pick, nicely done to SXE. Headshot comes through, he's deadly accurate with that AWP. And now already Nexus will be back on the back foot here. Jaxi's on 33 HP, SXE is down. And Forcebuy will just look to hold things out here. Standard 2-1-2 split, one player in drop down and two on either side. Bomb from Nexus is in mid. And A-Hit could be on the cards here.
Yeah, so just going to continue to hold drop, and of course it's Larson to open it up for Forcebuy at the beginning, and even tags Jax through the door. So Nexus, a lot of eyes peering towards the A site, as they'll send one player towards long A, a couple coming out towards mid. Forcebuy have the numbers towards A. They have one player stable, so that's Yelking, and one player back site, that's Larson with the op, deadly, looking for the pick towards mid. Forcebuy don't have too much information. Tobacco is pushed up plat, so he can peek that at a moment's notice and make sure they're all good to go. But Nexus are getting ready for a full-blown execution, lining up their smokes. Oh, the little they have. The one towards door and flashes over. That's a miss from XLO, but they're going to go onto this. And the question is, can Yelking hold on with the support from Larson back site? Yelking gets the first, immediately traded from XLO, who's going to push into the site. Molly's just going to make it difficult for Larson, as KS can't get anything going his way. Great entries coming in from Nexus, but Larson will hold on. That's 3 for him, looking for the 4th, and of course Larson gets it done. Who else could? As Larson gets the 4K, the mollies can't stop him, the bullets can't. This man is looking crisper than ever.
They just fed him 1v1s, and Larson, as a result, took full advantage. His AWP skills can take him over the edge. A 4-3 scoreline, and Nexus will be down to pistols. Reset incoming for this T side. So no Kevlar, one flashbang as utility. Larson's already got the AWP straight in play to try and see if he can take that first pick in middle. He knows exactly what to do here. He knows exactly how they're going to play this. They know Nexus that they're going to be pushing on through, looking for a bomb plant, and he's going to try and fight aggression with aggression. We'll back off eventually, but straight back in towards the A site, the same angle that he played in the last one, and try and see if he can land those 1v1s with the AWP in Nexus. Gonna see if they can try to overwhelm him with sheer manpower. Oh, and that first kill, SXE comes through. Larson with the M4, gonna take back BT, and it's 4 versus 3. And Zella's gonna go aggressive, gonna see if he can take that first headshot onto KS. Tobacco will take him back with the aim punches. He can't seem to land those shots right there. All on Jaxi, 1 versus 3 situation. Doing some serious tag damage to the Forcebuy side though. Larson and Tobacco both done a 3 HP. Netrik's the only man who's not on 100. We'll start rotating on through, and Netrik will now try and see if he can take that one shot with the M4. He needs to land a single bullet at this point to take down Jaxi. He's up 23 HP. Spots him out, tags him up a little bit more, looking for Larson, and all the CTs are scared to peek. They know that he can put some serious damage on the board with his pistol. Tobacco comes in the back, however, finally takes him down, finally nets Forcebuy a 5th to Nexus is free.
Nexus are going to buy here, I imagine. They'll have to put Cosmine on a UM. Interested in that, as that early nade will chunk BTN down a little bit as Nexus look to apply pressure towards plat. This is just going to be an all-out brawl. KS is going to try to hold on. He finds BTN, and it is just a slaughter for Forcebuy as Netrik gets 3, KS gets 2, and Nexus will get shredded on the interesting Galil UMP buy, lacking a little bit of utility. They smoke broken wall early, try to fight out from plat, but they do get shut down. As is Jay still with us? Hello, Jay.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sure we'll get some information about that in a couple of seconds. But either way, 6-3, favor of Forcebuy so far. AWP for Larson. Once again, Forcebuy standard angles, the same angles that they've just sort of been holding out Tech9's P250s available for Nexus. Not a whole lot to be working with at the moment. 2 smokes available for them to try and execute on 3, and they will go towards drop, but they're going to get slaughtered right there. Tobacco, good angle, bait and switch with KS. KS does lose most of his HP, but still going to be a 5-on-3. 2-man advantage for Nexus side, and KS can just fall out, play more passive, and just wait for the picks to come on through for the rest of his teammates, because last and Co can deliver. Cosbeam will come back onto 1, and actually a second one does come through with the low HP from KS, but not much more you can do from this particular point. All on Cosbeam. Bomb in hand, on towards the B side. Netric knows exactly where to go, and he will spray away on through, take him up to 60 HP, and wait for his teammates to rotate in and see if they can do the rest of the job here. 39 seconds on the clock for Nexus, and Cosme will get shut down. 7-3, favor of Forcebuy. This CT side has been extremely good from the Forcebuy team here, as we are going to be seeing a quick tack pause here from the Nexus lineup here. This makes a whole lot of sense. This T side has not been the best thing.
Yeah, they haven't been able to convert. Not the best flashbacks. They're bad flashbacks to have, but if we go back in time to when Forcebuy only had a couple P250s and they pick up the round, if they convert those 3, this may be looking like a different game. Nexus are just only on 3 rounds after 10 rounds played. We're on round number 11. And Forcebuy have the op out on Larson. He's hitting the shots they need. He's opening it up across the map. Forcebuy using utility properly. Nexus, they've gone for some executions. They've gone for a quick play out plat. That's gotten shut down. Their A executions with the quick rotations from Forcebuy. That's been getting shut down. The drop room presence is there for Nexus, but Forcebuy are just doing a good job of playing outside of it and locking that down. So it's going to be interesting to see what Nexus come up with to try to get themselves a door opening, a window, a crack, something to get themselves in the game. And it looks like they're going to be heading towards plat right now.
Back out to B once again. Holding for aggression also in drop down. I'm not sure why they're expecting this from Forcebuy, because they haven't really gone for that counter boost, but either way they will start to execute on towards the B side here. Cosbeam first man in, Tobacco first man out. Netric's also going to be falling. It's a 5-on-3 immediately, and now KS is being left alone to defend the site. Will drop the bomb, at least has the information for his teammate, and now Yarkin and Larson have to come ahead and rotate. 4 versus 3 situation. Jax is going to get challenged from 2 different angles. A war on 2 fronts that he just cannot win. A 3 versus 3 now for Nexus, and KS is not going to get spoiled out by SX. He's done a 1 HP. The bomb's still going to get planted anyway. So Forcebuy are down to a retake situation. KS will be the man to take first face. Spots out Cosme and takes him down 36 HP versus an M4. Which one wins? Larson also with a flick onto BTN. Nicely done. All SXE. 1 HP for the clutch. Takes down KS to start things off, but they know exactly where he is. Will trade out, but the AWP lands the shot. And Larson with the 2K will get the defuse in as well. It will be an 8th round. The Nexus tact pause does not work out at all. 8 rounds, Forcebuy win. Their CT half, and Nexus on a map that's traditionally T-sided, you would hope that they would be able to put a little bit more on the board and win this T-side half. And that spells nothing but bad things for the Nexus side. Forcebuy, huge advantage so far. AK is coming out for Nexus. AWP and M4 standard for Forcebuy. Let's see how they go for this one.
Now Forcebuy, their retakes have been good too. Not only are they able to just hold on to the sites normally with your utility, if that fails, the retakes are on point. The rotations, the positioning, the trades, everything is just going Forcebuy's way. Nexus gonna try to fight out mid here. He gets spotted, he gets the nade out, and is just gonna fall back. Netric gonna hold for Jaxix, and that nade kind of baited Jaxi, or Jax if you will, to come around the corner, and the player in the corner just shuts it down. 8-3 now. Man advantage for Forcebuy. Another opening pick for Forcebuy. Nexus haven't really been able to open up the map. Their default hasn't netted them at too many frags. And more importantly, they haven't really gotten an opener. And Forcebuy haven't really been giving them the chance. They're just playing really lights out. Well, at least on the CT side for now.
Here comes Cosme on towards drop down, spots out Netric because the utility timing just isn't right for him. He gets out 1 smoke, but that's about it. 50 seconds on the clock now, and Nexus will start to make their way on towards B side. Cosme's going hand, 3 kills for him, but Larson chimes back. SXE with a quick trade, and now Yarkin, last man alive in a 1 versus 3. It's just not going to work out, and this time the picks go to the favor of Nexus. This time they get themselves out the round. This time they get themselves an AWP into the next one here to work with. It's going to be passed over to Jaxi, see what he can do. Meanwhile, on the CT side, Forcebuy have themselves lots of utility to work with. They're going to get that AWP out on Larson once again. And this is the part of the matchup where we started to see Forcebuy, particularly Larson, start to drop off. Yes, he's top fragging, but in the last matchup, we saw this come out during Mirage. After Forcebuy hit about 8 rounds, after they got themselves that advantage, you felt like his skill just sort of dipped away and his AWP wasn't able to land the same first picks, but he will still be playing in the same angle as before, out towards top mid. Looking in from the doors area, looking for one of the T-side players to make a mistake, looking for that first pick. And so far, it won't be gifted to him. Him and Yarkin will just back off and try to play more passive angles against Nexus here. 5-on-5 still, no early faces, no early picks, no early tag damage, not a single lick of health been taken away so far. But Nexus playing for picks right now. Going to wait for Forcebuy to make a mistake. Indeed, this might be the chance given to them as Cosmin actually comes right round, takes down Larson, sprays away on Yargin as well. It's a 5-on-3 immediately. And the lone CT over on the A site will now open up the A site for the bombs access. Meanwhile, on B site, SXE and BTN double phase the takedown Tobacco. And it's all gone so wrong for Forcebuy. Netric and KS are the last two alive for the CTs.
Going well for Nexus. They're able to get out mid for free. Walk up on the Oppa Larson. How it is just KS in round 13. If we take a look at their economy, it's been depleted. They're going to have 2-round loss. And $1,900 is going to be the reward. And that's not enough to really justify a full blown out buy. This KS is going to be able to clean up BTN. But around 14, they're up 8-4. It's going to be 8-5. Knowing Forcebuy, they may consider it. But I'd like to see them save and play 15 out with a full buy. This KS gets cleaned up, but it looks like our questions are going to have an answer shortly. Netric will probably drop some pistols. But as mentioned, I'd like to see him go for like a half buy, some pistols, some utility. Buy to around 2,000, because then you're getting 2,400, get a good buy. And Netric, if he full saves, will drop the op for Larson. That looks like the game plan.
Yeah, it makes most amount of sense at this point. Forcebuy, get that AWP out, and when you do, absolutely destroy Nexus. But again, Larson hasn't been able to put as many frags on the board here, so we'll see how well this CT side is going to go from here on out. If they can net themselves a 9th round, then it'll be great for them. But Nexus looking for to rely on the second half, but we'll see. A little over a minute to go. And once again, no first picks come on through in Forcebuy. I think Nexus are expecting Forcebuy to force up here. I think they're expecting to see the picks and peaks coming through from the CT side, but minute to go. P250's in play. And little over 50 seconds for them to make a move here. Bomb's going to be picked up by Zello. And 45 seconds left on the clock for them here. Forcebuy, not a very likely chance here for them to be able to defend it. It will be 3 players facing them through the Matrix right here. Zello and BTN. Easy couple of picks. Larson also goes down. All on Yarkin and KS. Not much they can do here. KS gets peeked on through by Cosmin. Easy picks, easy kills, easy skins, and easy life. Yarkin, not much you can do here. Bomb goes down. Nexus is going to go hunting. See if they can close down this round a little bit too quickly here.
Yeah, not much y'all can do. Just B250. Love to find a gun for the road. But looking at a next round, after Nexus get number 6, Forcebuy will get a good buy to include the op. Netric will drop it over to Larson. We may see Tobacco go for a UMP of some sort. Y'all King just going to be playing for Tree, hoping someone comes and hunts him down. So this round is going to go Nexus's way, and they keep 5 members alive in around 15, so they'll get a good buy. Forcebuy's buy should be competitive in a sense, if we take a look at the money. And Tobacco's going to be UMP'd, rifles for his teammates. Netric will drop over the op. And read it like a book. Hire me, I'm a coach.
Be an analyst, you never know.
Yeah, it's easier when you have X-ray and you can see everyone's money. You know, it's a bit easier.
Indeed, 8-6 now, last round of the half. Coming into B, Larson with the AWP. We are kind of expecting this at this point. And Nexus also with the AWP on Jaxi. We'll be playing out towards the middle area, looking for that aggression from long from Forcebuy, which hasn't really come in too often here. They often go for that mid control and the refrag potential if Larson does go down, but so far Nexus aren't biting. They're slowly making their way in towards the blind spots of Larson himself, so he'll back off. Still got Yalkin playing close range, playing aggressive, expecting to push the ball through. Indeed it will. Cosmin's looking entirely the wrong way. Yalkin gets himself a very easy frag. And a little over a minute to go now will be Nexus making their way in towards the B site. Yalkin's got himself another great angle to solo hold from this one. Indeed he will peek onto BTN, but BTN gets himself the kill. A little bit too high on the aim punch, and now Larson has to defend with the AWP. KS comes in from Connector, takes down BTN. It's a 4 versus 3 situation, and Jaxi with a quick scope takes down KS now. Even Stevens once again for Nexus to get themselves up on the board, but Larson still got the AWP, takes down SXE. Jaxi can't land the flick onto Tobacco. Second phase, Tobacco gets taken out, back to a 2-on-2. Netric playing close range, looking for the AWP shot, and will take down the AWP. Now all on Zello, last man alive, 1 versus 2. Bombs in hand, he's rotating a long way around back towards the B site. Netric just has to lock out the angles and ensure that he doesn't end up falling here. Zello to clutch it out for his team to bring a 7th round. Or will Forcebuy take themselves a 9th?
Not too sure what Cosmin was up to when he came through the smoke with his team. His team waited out the smoke, flashed it, then went, but he felt the pressure to go by himself for whatever reason. As Excello is the last one remaining, about to get peeked from Netric. But he needs some help from Larson as pushes into the site. We'll see which way Excello is going to be looking. Great shoulder peeks coming out. So the bait was sweet from Netric. He shoulder peeked it. Don't think Excello spotted it either, but he was just holding lane. Larson's given time to walk up. Forcebuy will end the half 9-6. Now, I guess the question that I'm waiting to get answered is, on Mirage, Larson kind of fell off the map when he came to his op on the T side. He had it a couple times. When he had it, he really had no impact with it. I'm looking for Larson to show up on the T side. If he can get opening picks for Forcebuy, if he can work around the map and just try to just get it working for his squad, it's critical that Larson shows up. And it's critical that Netric kind of shows up. He was at that factor and overpass. He had a decent Mirage game, but he really had a great CT side. But Forcebuy's Ts have been lackluster today, and they need to stand it up here.
Double flash smoke will come into play for Forcebuy. Netric will find himself with that one. Meanwhile, the diffuse kit and smoke on SXE for Nexus, and this is probably the player, the setup I was looking for from this CT side. And now Forcebuy will try to put their aggression straight into effect here. They're trying to go straight in towards the A side, get themselves a bomb plant, and Cosmin going to start things off great for Nexus, taking that first pick. So Forcebuy wrapping right back around in towards middle, in towards the rotation onto the B site. Netric using one of his flashbangs. The smoke will still be out for Forcebuy, and well, Karis has got himself a decent amount of map control, inserting himself into the CT line of defense. Could set up a backstab, could set up a split onto B. Off the kill, but SXE is going to get Yalkin first, and now Larson has control at the B side, has to set up the cross there, takes down BTN, nicely done the snowman HP, also spots SXE on where the players are playing from. Jaxi gets KS, finally takes down a play out towards drop, and Larson has to go huge for his team, has to take some picks, but SXE comes in with one more on his side, 2 kills for him, close range onto Netric, has to land one simple head, and indeed he will be able to do so. Netric goes forward, and Nexus claim themselves a pistol.
Well, there you go, Nexus. They pick up the pistol. Question is, can they transition it into more? They were able to beat the Forcebuy last time of Forcebuy. I really need a new word. I need to open the dictionary and come up with a word that... Investment. I've said that before, but I keep forgetting it, so perhaps investment. They beat the... Is that going to be the case, and then only to fall to pistols? It's gonna pan out in front of us. Smoke from Forcebuy towards Broke Wall. Nexus will go ahead and just flash back. Deep molly it. Forcebuy just going to play pretty passive across the map. They'll send Yelking alone towards Plat. He's already heavily tagged. They have one player holding the mid push. So Forcebuy kind of just putting the feelers out. Putting some flyers, pussing them around town. And seeing if anyone's going to reply to it.
And so the UMP is the most that Forcebuy have to work with Tech9's deals other than that, and Yalkin's already going to get tagged down immediately. Nexus is going to go in with that UMP-based buy, of course. See if they can farm up the money of the T side. And Armor's out for everybody else. Forcebuy will go into drop down side. Try to see if they can split on towards A side here. Cosmin going to take down KS. Tobacco comes in with one net trick with another onto SXC. Zello, last man left standing on his site here. Will take down a first, but Jaxi comes in with 2 nice kills with the FAMAS. Takes down net trick as well. And Yalkin also going to get falling on the A side itself. 8-9. Nexus. Standard conversion, man. I think we were expecting that to be the case. Now it comes down to this next buy from Forcebuy. Standard Eco, I think, is probably going to be on the cards here. And Nexus will have themselves still 2 UMPs to be working with.
Nothing like the UMPs. They bring home the bacon, and that's why Daddy likes them, Jay. That was a third-person reference, not to myself. Don't be creeped out, Jay. It's okay. It's okay, dude. Cosmin's got the opener. It's all right, dude. Just let it happen. It's all right. It was a reference, nothing more, nothing less. It was Cosmin playing towards mid. He's just gonna farm up. He's got 3. That's Cosmin. Will fall, but he's already made so much money it doesn't even matter. He's made back the investment from the UMP. As Larson's the last one remaining, bombs down. Nexus will tie us up at 9s, and Forcebuy will get a buy now.
Yep. Easy as for Nexus. Not really much going for them again. The only thing that really Forcebuy were able to find was a pick onto Cosmin, but you know, it is, as you say, not really sweating it too much. Got himself the reinvestment of the UMP and then some. After that Forcebuy, 9-9 now. AKs out in play. Full sets of smokes, utility. Double flashes on Larson and Netric. Molotovs, 4 of them in play. Forcebuy, good execution potential. I would like to see an execution coming on the B side, see if they can make it work. But Jarl's already getting out the AWP to the aggressive angles. Takes the first, almost, well, takes the first phase. Doesn't take the first pick, however. Backing off back towards the fountain area, and Yalkin's got himself a good angle. Jaxi does split it out. Gets taken down to 49 HP, and the AWP just isn't able to land the shot right there. Yalkin takes him down, and there's SXE with a great angle. Takes down a first and a second. KS and Tobacco, they both end up falling now. It's all down to a 3-on-3 situation. Bomb will get planted eventually, although the CTs are still getting themselves good aggressive angles coming on through. Zell with the AWP, trying to land something. Bomb goes down. Larson takes down BTN, and now the man advantage shifts back to the favor of Forcebuy here. Nexus, last 2 men left alive coming in from Connect, and Netrix watching out for a backstab, but it isn't coming in just yet. No counter boost available for the Nexus team. Clock's ticking away. Cosmin and Zell, if they want to land the retake, it's got to go now. Cosmin will take one back in exchange for Zello. But he's got 20 HP to make this work. It's all down to the last man. He will back himself away. Netric's going to look for that last pick. 3k for Yalkin in that exchange. AWP does get picked up. I'm not sure if he can make it away in time, but either way, it will be a 10th round on the board. Forcebuy stealing the lead away from Nexus before they are able to get things started on the CT side.
I have a question, Jay.
Shoot, mate.
What should I have for lunch? Yesterday I had a chicken parmesan sub, and I kind of want another one. But, like, the delivery place knows my address, and as soon as I order a chicken parmesan sub, they, like, already know it's coming to my house. So should I go for a pizza sub and throw them off, or should I get another chicken parm? I mean, I'm gonna die of a heart attack in 10 years, so I might as well just keep eating it. So
Get a pizza.
What do you think?
Throw them off.
A pizza sub or like an actual pizza?
Pizza sub.
Okay. Duly noted. Thank you. That's all I got.
Most random thing to have in a Counter-Strike game. What am I going to have for lunch? You go with the pizza sub, mate. AWP's out for both sides of Forcebuy and Nexus. Jaxi and Larson, the 2 AWPers for their side, and Yalkin's going to start things off on Cosmin as the aggression comes in from the T side, moving in towards the B side. It's going to be 2 picks go to the favor of Forcebuy before SXE finally trades 2 for 1. Larson's got the balcony locked out, and Jaxi goes falling as well. It's 2v4 BTN and SXE. Last 2 alive for Nexus, and they're already falling out. This A-site retake is way too difficult. They've got themselves the square of death on the Forcebuy side. 1 in middle, 1 in long, 1 playing out towards underneath the balcony, and 1 on the site itself. There's nothing the Nexus can do to break this one, especially in the position that they are at here. Bomb's going to go off. Forcebuy will have themselves an 11th. Nexus now going to start sweating. Getting closer and closer to that land final position. Who's going to take it? Will it be Forcebuy or will it be Nexus? Forcebuy going to get closer and closer to those tickets. And Nexus are going to have to start ringing in a comeback at some point soon here.
It's got to start somewhere. Maybe they just had a little powwow by the bathrooms. Talked about what's going wrong. They washed their hands with the foot pedal sink. Looked into the abyss of the toilet. Saw the blueness, and saw their future. They came to a conclusion. So they saved 2 M4s. Nexus are going to full save on the other members, just a couple PT50s and 5.7, so not much invested on the other 2 members. Forcebuy should have an easy 12 unless SXE and BTN can really just cause some havoc with these rifles. As Forcebuy are just going to work across the map, holding the A pushes was one player just applies pressure towards B and holds for kind of pushes there. As Cosmean's going to be playing close mid. Now, if Forcebuy rush into anything, they may fall into the same blender that Forcebuy set up against Nexus. But the blender is more set up towards B. So it looks like Forcebuy are getting an easy passage towards A for now.
A little over a minute to go here. Forcebuy, most forces up towards that danger area in mid. Yarkin can peek out, probably take down Cosmean. I think he's just playing, is he playing inside or outside? Okay, he's playing outside mid. Sorry, I thought he was actually in the water area, so 55 seconds either way. No armor for Cosmean, so he's got to take this first headshot and then land a few more heads after that if he wants to shut them down. So Blender will be out for Nexus. They have got an M4 in play on the A site, so BTN is also going to have to be a pretty key player for this defensive for the CT side. And now here it comes, 35 seconds for Forcebuy to get themselves onto site. Cosmean, such a good angle. He'll take that first. Yes, he does on Yarkin. Look for Netric as well, but Netric takes him right back out. The action of 4 versus 4 situation will ensue. And now it will be entering on towards the Molotov, trying to keep Jaxi at bay. Netric will take that kill eventually. Larson also going to get 1 AWP pick onto BT and SXE. And Zello. Zello's on 3 HP. The bomb needs to go down now from Forcebuy. 10 seconds to get themselves out on the board. Tobacco will get that one planted for the hut, the left side of the hut. And Nexus up for a retake, an awkward retake. It might be worth it to fall out at this point. Indeed, SXE will be able to do that. Zello going to pick up an AK to try to see if he can run away with it. We'll take down KS, but Netric takes him right back out of the action. So, a 12th round on the board for Forcebuy. Nexus trying to look for a rifle, trying to look for damage on the Forcebuy team, but it's not going to happen today. Forcebuy are within 4 rounds now of going to the Adria Masters Finals in Belgrade, Serbia. 12-9 favor of this T side.
Not only do you get to go to the LAN in Serbia and hang out with all the cool E-Frag dudes, Serbia is one hell of a place to have a good time. Plus, you're the E-Frag dudes, so party it up, have a good time, talk Counter-Strike. There's always interesting talk at after parties when it comes to events. I remember Northern Arena Toronto, just a little side story quickly. At the after party, Complexity lost, and they were all kind of not in the right mindset due to drinking. They come up to me and they're like, "Yo, what did we do wrong?" And let's just say we talk like silvers, and we have no clue what's going on, dude. So I gave them some terrible advice. Next thing you know, they're losing to main teams. So good job, me. Good job, me. And Forcebuy get picked early from Nexus. And it's looking good for Nexus early, as they have the op out on Xello, M4s and utility, and Forcebuy don't like what they're seeing towards B and immediately rotate to A.
I love it. That's a summary of NACS right there. 5-on-4 situation. Nexus with a man advantage, and now Jaxi will try to make it 2. Takes down Netric. Yarkin comes back and takes him right back out of the action. So 4-on-3 favor of the CT side. KS, he has a good reason where Cosmean is. He's going to take him down. Now the advantage swings back to evens, and the rotations will come in thick and fast from the Nexus side. They have a good reason where they're going to be going. Indeed, SXE takes down KS, and the bomb does get planted, so the retake is on here. Yarkin, Larson, last 2 alive here for Forcebuy. If they can hold this one down, this will be a beautiful round against the Nexus team. 4 rounds of loss bonus. Will not be able to let them buy, and Yarkin and Larson come in with 2 more picks, so just like that, SXE is left alone alive to try and hit the retake. No defuse kit, he's running out of time. Got to take down Yarkin and has to stick it at this point. Yarkin's holding back. Larson setting up a backstab. They know it's going to be coming in at some point, but Yarkin still takes down SXE regardless. 13-9, Forcebuy gonna crush Nexus into a Forcebuy or bust situation. Unless they want to save for overtime, it might be plausible. Either way, the lead goes to the Forcebuy side, and they are 4 rounds ahead of Nexus at this point.
To steal a line from Flakes. I'm on the edge of my seat, man. There you go. Jax gets naded down to 17, and now he's definitely on the edge of his seat with half a leg hanging off as that nade blew his left leg off. Forcebuy about to get 14. Nexus are on some pistols and a UMP. Not much for them to work with. And look at that. Check your corners, kids. Cosmian gets figured out this time around. As the push is coming up for Forcebuy, Jax should fall. Easy A site for Forcebuy unless XLO has something to say about it with his Deagle. Upgrades to the AK. Doesn't have armor behind it, but SXE's pushing with a 5.7. Have you ever seen W?
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Have you ever seen holding W in a 5.7 work that well? Well, of course you have. We live in a sick world of Counter-Strike. As BTN brings it to a 1v1. Unreal.
AK in the hands of both players. This could be Nexus shutting down Forcebuy, but Larson comes in with the headshot, and a 14-9 scoreline will ensue for the T side. Can they do it? Can they shut down Nexus? Can they make the long journey all come to a head at LAN? We're about to find out, I think. This could be Nexus's last stand. A double AWP setup in play for Jaxi and Zello. 3 M4s. Forcebuy with an AWP and 4 AKs here. Larson has really come back into this one, as is the rest of the players from the T side, but Zella's going to see if he can try shut them down. AWP out towards the fountain. If he can take down Yarkin, that'll be a great start, and indeed he will, but the rest of the T side, they're ready to execute on towards the B side, in towards long now. Flashbangs will keep them at bay for a short few seconds, and there's BTN coming onto KS, gets a second as well onto Tobacco. Netrick also goes falling to Zello, and just like that, Forcebuy get picked apart by the Nexus crossfire. Last man alive, 1v5, and look at that. Nexus haven't taken a single point of damage. Forcebuy have held nothing in this round, and indeed they will hold nothing into the next one. 14-10, Forcebuy still in the lead, but Nexus a beautiful way back into this matchup here.
Yeah, Forcebuy still have money. It's just interesting to me that Forcebuy go from working a default across the map. It works out for them for the last, I mean, if we click tab, the last 5 rounds in a row, the default's been working. And all of a sudden, they're just going to the quick play to try to switch up the pace. If it ain't broker, don't fix it. That's the Canadian saying, at least. But Forcebuy go for the quick flat play. Nexus are ready for it. They shut it down. The op of XLO is just kind of all over the place and munching it down at the bit. As it's 14-10. Forcebuy this time, 4 players towards long. One's going to head towards B. As Nexus look to try to get number 11. If we take a look at the money, yeah, this is almost must-win for Forcebuy. They'll only get 1,900 next round. Nexus, that's the door opened. So Forcebuy trying to get 15. But Nexus are not out of this yet. Don't sleep on them.
100%, but I'm still backing that Forcebuy dream. I still think they could do it. 4 players in towards long and middle. A-site hit looks to be the case, but Larson with the smallest of angles looks for a shot, but Cosmin shuts him down. Already the AWP is out of play for Forcebuy. Can still get picked up by Tobacco if he does go for it. Indeed, he will. And now KS going to see if he can try and make some work on the B site. And Connector spots out SXE, but isn't going to be able to take him out. Just down to 74 HP, 40 seconds on the clock. And Forcebuy now. The next push could be so crucial. This could be the difference between match point, land point here, or bust for Nexus here. 30 seconds. Slowly making their way on through, looking for that first pick. Spots out Cosmin, does Netrick, takes him down, but Jaxi's got the good angle when the refrag comes back. Molotov pushing him away. Tobacco takes that first with the AWP, takes down Jaxi in 15 seconds. The bomb needs to go down on site. It needs to go down now. SXE also goes peeking, and KS takes him right out of the action. It's now a man advantage forced by AWP, still in play for Zello. Spots out KS, takes a few seconds to take the shot, but he still takes it back anyway. A 2 versus 2, and BTN and Zello, they're closing in onto Yarlakin. And Tobacco slowly moving on through, smokes out to keep Tobacco at bay. And the bomb is ticking. There is a defuse kit on Zello, but he's got to go quick. He spots at the gun barrel. Tobacco takes him down. Now it's all on Zello, the AWP clutch, to try and make this work. He gets spotted out by Yarlakin. And Zello just making his way on towards the default plant here. The clock is ticking. He's running so quickly out of time. Yarlakin has all the information he needs. Spots him out, sprays away, knows where he is, and finally ends up taking that kill. Forcebuy map point, match point, series point to go to land. They need a single round against Nexus, and Nexus need 5 in overtime to bring themselves back into contention for this series.
I don't know if there's reason for the BM, Yulking. Come on, man. You have a Pepe in your picture. You seem like a chill dude. Come on, man. Come on, man. Every time I see that, it makes me Bible thump a little bit. You know? I don't know. I like. If you're on land and you're screaming at the other team, that's one thing. online BM is like, yo, my VAR's lower than yours and my ping's better. How does that feel? That's, I don't know. Forcebuy gonna push towards long A, though. As you'll come around the corner first. Good opener to find Cosmine. As Forcebuy gonna go for a full 5-man push in towards long A. As there's one player from Nexus about to challenge it. That's Jax. And this is gonna get tight for Nexus as they rotate another player in. So it's a good read from Nexus. Forcebuy gonna smoke and go. So it's gonna be a full-out brawl towards the A site, Jay. And if I'm a betting man, the way Forcebuy like to play it, the brawls normally go their way.
This could be it right here. A man advantage for Forcebuy. Nexus need to pull something out, something ridiculous out of this hat in order to hold down this A site. Forcebuy on the cusp of going to the finals. Will they be able to just find that one round that takes them over the edge? It's going to be BTN that starts things off. However, as the push comes in, the Molotovs, the smokes, they're all out on towards the site. BTN takes one. KS gets one back on the objective. SXE, he's got a good hold, takes himself 2 kills. Larson peeks out with the AWP. It's now a 2v2, and the hold coming in from Nexus. Could it be possible they're delaying for time? All Zello needs to do is just hold down and wait for the bomb plot to come in. He drops net trick. That could be it. They know where the bomb is now. Larson has to find himself 2 picks. M4 in his hand. 15 seconds. He's got 2 angles to watch out. He's got to peek straight into the crossfire of both the Nexus players, and BTN will be able to take him down 15-11. Nexus holding on by the smallest of lifelines at this point, and Forcebuy are going to look a little bit flustered at this point. I would expect to see a pause coming in from these guys to think about this, because you've got to think, are you going to Forcebuy? And indeed, I think I called it. It will be the tactical pause from Forcebuy. Where do you go from here, gents? Where do you go from here?
I mean, the only way they can go is they can go down, they can go left, they can go right, they can go diagonal. Oh, is that not what you meant, Jay?
Oh my God, for real.
Yeah, my bad, bro. I think it's a full save. Yell King can drop some pistols for the squad, so he should just drop P250s for everyone. And then Forcebuy can just straight up just take P250s and just brawl out somewhere. But I don't think Force here is going to be the good call. So it's not going to be the situation that they want to put themselves in. So it is just going to be pistols. And cringe, Jay. I'm cringy, dude. So I'm socially awkward. I'm going to eat my pizza sub later.
You enjoy that, mate. You enjoy that. Deagles, P250s, all that Forcebuy have to work with in this round. And Nexus, with an AWP, M4s, AKs, UMPs out to work with. They're going to try hold this one down. They need 4 to go to overtime. Can they do it? Can they? Will they be able to get the first one at least? Up against the Nexus side. This should be relatively decent. But Forcebuy are still going to try for a push on towards the B site. Most likely coming in here. 2 players and drop down to try to split and try to take themselves connect to control. A minute to go for the gentleman on the T side. A little bit of information given as well. Nexus will have the information that KS is in drop down. They still have to go for some challenges here. Yarkin, gonna see if he can take down that first time with Eagle shots. Does take down Jaxi eventually. A nice headshot does come through, and Cosmine will now be there to try and see if he can trade, try to see if he can take the man advantage back from Forcebuy. He gets one. Cosmine just lines them all up and sprays away. That's just pretty standard. That's what happens when you have yourself off. Oh God. I don't know if the stream saw that, but he basically just no-scoped him because he knows that he can. 12-15. Nexus had full control of that map, of that round right there. And now Forcebuy in with a buyback in this next round. AK is getting dropped, UMPs out to play, 3 of them in particular for this T side. This next push, this next round could be the end here for Nexus.
They do have the superior buy, includes the opponent Zello. It's going to be a quicker play from Forcebuy towards Plat. They're coming through the smoke. Just Yo King, and look at Zello go. Gets to Cubby, gets to before he'll finally get traded. The Molly is going to keep them back for now. As VTN's going to get himself to stairs and try to just wait for the push to continue. The back of that flash, Forcebuy may just go. That's going to be the case. So another Molly to stairs to keep him back. A flash to allow him to work out. As one UMP is going to take the lead. And interestingly enough, Larson picks up this op. This might be game changer. Like Zello gets 2 with it. Can Larson have impact with it as well? As he gets himself out to Plat and he's hunting for it. KS is holding for BTN to wide swing. But BTM's content to just sit here and wait. That's great utility usage comes out from Nexus, and just patience from BTN is what's needed.
He's played this angle before, he's made it work so effectively, but this time he peeks out, this time Larson gets the kill, and this time SXE is there to trade back, keep the man advantage to the favor of Nexus. 45 seconds now, and both these two players, Tobacco and KS, they need to go, they need to get the bomb down, they need to set up a retake for the Nexus side, but already Nexus, they've rotated in. They've rotated, they've looked for the opportunity to just shut down the Forcebuy push to stop them from getting the bomb plant. They've got one player that's actually playing on the site itself, looking for that first pick onto Tobacco, spots out their head, isn't able to take the kill just yet. They are running out of time though. KS finally going to take that first pick, look for SXE. If SXE can just line them up and spray them down, then this will be so good. He does it for a second, spots out Tobacco, takes that first phase. Second kill comes in onto KS, and a triple kill for SXE. A beautiful headshot. Nets Nexus a 13th, and Forcebuy this time. This may not be the smartest option to Forcebuy in this round here. What are they going to do? Glocks, Eco, Tech 9s, Deagles, a grenade, P250s. This looks like it's going to be another Eco coming in from Force. See if they can net themselves the 4 rounds of loss bonus and try to close things out at 16-14.
Looking like the gamble. Netrix is going to run through the smoke. Good molly from Cosmine. They're going to come through this. So Cosmine's going to line them all up with the molly. He's got 3. It's easy for Cosmine as he turns around and is going to find Yule King, the pre-fire. He may get caught while reloading. He will finally fall, but he's done all the work for Nexus into that round. With a little bit of help from Jax to find the last 2. 15-14. Forcebuy will buy up and include the op out on Larson. And AK is out. So Forcebuy's plan has been getting shut down. And we haven't really seen them abuse drop yet. Drop room's kind of been not really a point of contention for either teams on their T side, which is an interesting point considering it's normally a hot spot.
Double up set up now for Nexus here. Try to see if they can put something back to take down the Forcebuy team, to bring it to overtime. That both teams are 1 round away from what they really need to stay alive in this series. Nexus looking for OT. Forcebuy, they are looking for the series. They are looking for that land spot. And already Nexus will start things off perfectly. Larson's down to 68 HP to start things out. AWP can't go as aggressive as probably like it to go. And Nexus, Jax is playing out towards the AWP on Matrix. Zello's also covering off A with his AWP. AK 2 M4s to back it all up. A little over a minute to go, no early picks. And the bomb is out towards that drop room, that dragon room, those halls over for the B site here. Forcebuy have rotation potential, they have a lot of opportunities here. They're going to go for that drop down, like abuse here for KS. You've seen him do this before, but he hasn't been able to put a whole lot in the back of this positional advantage. That's all we are looking on the A site, meanwhile, for the Forcebuy team. 40 seconds, bomb's been dropped. I think this might be a lurk on the A site with a hit towards B. This looks like the most likely thing, but it's going to have to be quick from Forcebuy. If they get shut down, this is going to be, well, overtime incoming.
Smoke to window. KS is getting ready for a flash. Tobacco and KS is going to white swing together. Second flash goes out as well. They're going to push out. BTN from door. It's able to deal damage. Tobacco cleans it up. He's the last one here at 8 HP, and he's got 2 for that HP pool. As now the rotator gets here from Excello. He cleans 1 up with his op as SXE is pushing in. Tobacco, well, short-lived as we are going OT bound. Heck yeah.
Oh man, this is where things get really hot at this point. Both these teams, you can feel it. You just know. You just know that these guys want both these teams really want to go to LAN. So the fact that Nexus were able to string that comeback together really doesn't surprise me at all. 15-15, overtime incoming. Nexus, if I'm correct in thinking, should start things off on CT side. And what a CT side it's been, man. What both sides it's been for these guys. Forcebuy within touching distance of that land spot. Now we're going to have to fight for a few rounds longer. Need magic number 19 to make the dream come true. If not, they will have a second chance in our 3rd place matchup just after this series does end. So do stick around if you are interested in seeing that. But for now, let's get into overtime. 10K, MR3, Nexus on CT, double up setup. It's been effective in the last half. Why not put it into this one? It does mean you will have a bit of an investment if you do end up losing this one. But Forcebuy also in a similar situation. Single AWP for their side. Larson taking that one. 4 AKs for their side. Full sets of utility and everybody in full defuse kits for Nexus. Round 1 of overtime. Who's going to take the early advantage?
Well, early advantage to Forcebuy if you want to count damage. Because Mean gets spammed down to 57. BTN's going to be holding Broken Wall. KS is getting ready to be a nuisance towards drop. Done this before. Hasn't really netted him anything. I don't think they heard him either. Maybe SXE did last second. But KS is already silently out window and walking up towards door. And if the timing's right on this, he should get some frags. But keep an eye on number 8 behind him. As Cosmene's playing towards tree. Tagged up again. And now he's getting pushed from long. That nade will clean it up. KS is going to strike. Finds Jax. But now the A side is pretty much conceded. SXE falls. And just like that, Forcebuy will pick up the A site. They'll use their utility they have remaining to hold off the choke points. And XLO and BTN are on a saving mission, as Forcebuy will pick up the first round in OT to get to 16.
Nexus already going to fall out, take one AWP, take one of the M4s, and just run away with it into the next round. The A hold was so weak there from Nexus. They just couldn't find themselves the defensives. And Forcebuy just ran over them. This is going to be a flawless first round from Forcebuy, and that's the kind of explosiveness you really want to get on the board when you're starting off in this particular case. You just know Forcebuy. Like Forcebuy, they are extremely hungry for this series here. They're really hungry for this final situation here. They want to find themselves in with a great chance. So to get that explosive round is the greatest start that they could really afford here. Let me remind you how far Forcebuy have come from this. Nexus were invited into this tournament. Forcebuy had to qualify, and they've been through every single one of the 100+ teams, plus the groups, plus the playoffs. They've come such a long way, and to fall down here would be tragic for them. So they're motivated like hell. They want to see if they can make this one work. But Jax is going to shut down the dream to start things off. Tobacco goes falling, and Yarlakin also down. It's a 3 versus 5 in favor of the Nexus side already.
Well, the peak Cosmene will come out. Gonna be able to find Larson. So 3-man advantage. SXE's gonna shut down KS momentarily. So they're gonna trade rounds early in this OT, as Netric chilling like a villain. As Nexus are gonna try to hunt him down. He's sitting here with the bomb. I'm not too sure what's still going on, but he's gonna be chilling, smoke in hand. It's always a good time to smoke, Jay. It's always a good time to smoke something.
Good time to smoke something unless it's a cigarette. Don't smoke, kids. And Cosmene gets a knife. Lovely. Nexus very easily shutting down Forcebuy. A bit of a role reversal in the last couple of rounds here. Quick pause coming in. This is going to be a technical pause for Forcebuy. I assume actually that's what it was. I'd assume that Netric actually did lose his connection, so that's probably why he got that knife there. So that's going to be pretty tragic for Forcebuy. Of course, the rules do state that if you disconnect during a round after damage has been done, then that is officially counted as a kill. So that's that. Quick tech pause, get Netric back in the match before we can get started back into overtime. A very intense overtime. So 16 to 16. Nexus will even things up here. Forcebuy with one last chance here in this one. Of course, we'll have a quick technical pause. So we can talk about where we think this one will go, because honestly, this match at this point could very easily swing any way at this point. It could swing to Forcebuy, it could swing to Nexus, and this is not going to be some clean overtimes here. It's going to be, well, a 17-16 half at the end of the day, no matter however you want to see it. So let's see if they can... Let's see who's going to take the advantage, I think is the word I'm looking for here.
What's the word you're looking for, dude?
Who's going to take the advantage? That's the word I'm looking for.
That's a good word.
That's a good phrase.
It is. It applies to many situations.
Yeah, that's the phrase I was looking for then.
Any British phrases you bring into casting?
I could, but I'd probably get fired. So
They're
I'm not
all
going
offensive,
to.
aren't they?
They're all offensive, yes. I'm not from the nice part of England. I'm not at all. Like, let's kill that conversation right there, because I think we're actually about ready to get in here.
Sounds good. Sounds good. don't want you to get fired. That would that would suck. Although it would ring true that the bad part of England reigns supreme once again.
AK is out for Forcebuy now. AWP's double up setup once again for Nexus. It's worked well. Why not? You know, again, it just comes down to Nexus have no reason not to invest at this point. It's going to be the last round of the half. They can buy into the double up setup. They need to absolutely destroy Forcebuy with this double up setup, because Forcebuy haven't got the AWP on Larson. They've got to use aggressive AKs rather than aggressive AWPs. So early one-shot picks are off the table for Forcebuy. All 5 players stacking their way in towards halls. 2 actually in drop down, 1 holding back and 2 into the long haul area. So minute and 20, a lot of aggression being come up from Forcebuy, and I think they're going to be executing quickly on towards this B site. This could be for the half advantage. 19 is the magic number we're looking for at this point. SXE will take down KS, and Zello going to come up to Nectric. Larson gets 1 pick, but just like that, Nexus are cleaning up the entire offensive. The B site hold is beautiful, and Nexus get themselves a 17th round.
Nexus have had the B side unlock, especially Plat. They've been doing a great job. SXE just shows you why there. Forcebuy unable to break the B site. The rotations are now good from Nexus on the CT side. It's looking rocky for a bit there. Just locking it down as Nexus towards Plat. And so it's going to be 17-16. Nexus get 2 CT rounds, while Forcebuy get 1. Taking a look at the buys. Of course, Larson's going to go right into the op. No surprise there. That shouldn't surprise anybody. Meanwhile, Nexus will have the op out on Jax. So it's going to be an early smoke from Forcebuy towards Plat. Nexus settle into a default. BTN's going to be here to cause some mayhem, maybe some damage through the smoke towards the Plat player. While Nexus looks like their eyes are currently peeled towards the A side of the map, especially with the flash towards mid. It's kind of looking like they want to push it, but that smoke's going to turn them for now.
Second half, Forcebuy on CT. They need 3 rounds to win it. Nexus need 2. If we go 18-18, then we'll be up double overtime. Which would be, well, it would make the situation a lot more tense than it already is, let's put it that way. Single orb set up for both sides, with AOKs and M4s to back it up. Jaxie's going to take it for the Nexus side, and Larson going to hold onto his as per usual. Trying to get that defensive angle. It was a very similar setup to Forcebuy as we saw on their regulation side of the CT side, and Larson going to put it into great effect. Takes down BTN, and the rest of the T side are pushing so quickly up in towards his A side. They are not stopping for a single bit of a roadblock, not even the wall on the middle area. Larson will peek out, meanwhile taking down Zello. Third pick comes in onto Cosby. 1 player playing close range. Yarlikin's going to get that 1 back, but Jax is now left alone in a 1 versus 3 situation. The CTs have control of the bomb. They are locking it down. And Jaxi has got no HP to face out Larson. Beautiful hole with the AWP. Shuts the whole thing down. Nexus looking likely to be evened up against here.
Jax in a rough spot, gets spotted, and Tobacco will hit the headshot. 17-17. This OT may go the distance. It's not really leaning to any side, so double OT is certainly not out of the realm of possibility. It's certainly doable. They've been splitting these rounds. They've been splitting it. 17-17. Jax has no utility, and so he goes right into the glass cannon up on the T side. It didn't net him much last round. Let's see if it's going to pay off into this one. As Forcebuy will get everything they need on the table. Nexus switching up their setup. They only have 1 player. That's Jax towards A site, while 4 head to Plat, and it's looking like they're ready to line up some smokes. Look for a flash over, a molly, and a cubby, and they're probably going to go.
Looking lightly, but the Molotovs, the damage being done in there. Little bits on the Nexus team. So far, so split. And 4 players from Forcebuy will be there to defend against Nexus now. Grenade damage, they're just picking away at the Nexus health. 56 HP on SXE, and the execution fake does come in. They're actually going to be sticking this one out. Larson, Tobacco going to get 2 picks, and just like that, Tobacco gets himself a 3K. Larson chimes in with the AWP and shuts down Nexus. Nicely done. Forcebuy back in the match point, series point, to see if they can get themselves into the matchup, into the LAN final spot. And look at the buy from Nexus. This could be it. Is the fairy tale about to come true for Forcebuy? 3 UMPs, 2 Tech 9s versus the AKs, the full AKs from the CT side, and an AWP for Larson. This could be the end of a knife. Larson takes down the first. Cosmine goes falling. It's a 5-on-4 already for Forcebuy.
KS is going to hold the drop. He's just going to sit here and wait. Well, Tobacco gets aggressive in the smoke. I mean, he doesn't even have to play aggressive in this situation, considering Forcebuy got the first pick, so he can even fall back and play it safe, but he's not about that lifestyle. He's going to continue to hold the smoke while Nexus transition towards A, where Yell King and, of course, Larson with the op lie in wait. They couldn't deal with him last time. This is going back when Larson clutched it out from back sight. They couldn't deal with him then. Maybe this time is going to be a different story. We'll see if there's going to be any changes made by Nexus. Yell King is just going to sit here, and he hears all the information gained. Nexus are getting ready to pull the pins and go for an execution. A little bit of utility they have, but the perfectly timed molly, but it's off the mark. They're going to go. Larson opens it up. Yell King finds one of his own, and that is it. Huge 30K from Yell King at the end, and that is going to push it to the end.